Hey everyone, it's Joe Bradley here in Houston, Texas, and I'm actually standing in my front yard right now, just taking the time to appreciate the breeze, appreciate the beautiful weather. The clouds are lovely. You got those big pillow marshmallow looking clouds, and got a green grass, or a green lawn rather. I actually watered my lawn this morning. One reason why I'm here and wearing my tank top is because I accidentally locked myself out of the house. So I'm waiting for my wife to come back with the spare key. But I figured instead of just waiting and sitting and doing nothing, I might as well just go ahead and do something productive and share some value with you. And but before I do that, I want to take the time, and actually did thank him earlier. I called my mentor, one of my mentors, and my sponsor, who is responsible really in the first place for me ever being on the internet in the first place. And we were talking about that and how it seemed like it was just yesterday that I answered an ad that he had, and then we ended up connected, and I've been on the internet since. But the reality, and I didn't start off knowing exactly what I was doing. I ran, from pillar to post, and ran from one thing to the next thing, trying to figure this whole thing out, and trying to be one person and trying to be like another person and trying to do all these things. And so we talked, and when he found me, or when I found him rather, because really the type of marketing that we do, it helps people to find us. And so if you just stick with it, then people who are looking for you will find you, but you have to be where you are. And we'll get into that in just a minute in this video. But I thanked him because, when I found him, I was actually doing this other thing, this other business where, I'm jumping from house to house and going to the meetings and getting on the call, doing three-way calls and all that stuff, and making arrangements with people who I found who looked sharp, and people who look like they have a good head on their shoulders. You know what I'm talking about. And connecting with them and scheduling a meeting with them later on. And I'd end up in their house, or they come to mine, or we schedule something for later. And then, all of a sudden you just wouldn't hear from them again. You just wouldn't hear, wondering why. I mean, he just seemed so interested, or even still, they be all excited during the conversation, and then start up, or set up a meeting for tomorrow at 3:30, and 3:30 shows up, and you show up, and you have your presentation ready. This is me. Had the presentation ready, had the flip chart ready or whatever, and then either you get a phone call where they say oh man, I couldn't make it, or either there's no call at all. And they teach us to keep on. They teach us to keep on. Calling after them and rebutting their no and everything. But I'm so thankful that I've been delivered from that, where I never have to chase, never have to convince anyone else again. Because look, if someone says no, no means no. In other situations, if we don't follow the no, or if we don't obey the no, then you can go to jail for life. And so don't be a network marketing. Don't be a network marketing offender, if you know what I mean, where no means no. Don't persist to try to change the mind of a no, because I found out that in the place of every person who's not interested, there are 10 more people who are ready to get started. And so don't get there, or don't get to that point where you're chasing after that one person because that one person would be good, but they just don't realize it. Let them realize that on their own. You don't have to be the one to change their mind. Circumstances, situations, and events, they have a way of bringing people around, but you don't have to be the one doing that, because if I'm talking and spending all of my energy on someone who has already said, no, I'm not interested, it's not for me, I don't have enough time, I don't have any money, if I've spent all of my energy on them, then there's a line of people who are looking for exactly what I have and who I am. They're looking for what I have to offer and who I am as a person and as a leader, ready to join with their credit card in hand, but I'm so busy trying to change this person's mind to get them to see. Look, that's not the way. And so I thanked him earlier. I said, thank you for being in position, being where you were, so that I could actually find that there's a better way to build a business, where you can actually have a life while building a business, and build a business while having a life. And so on the other day, and so I thanked him earlier, and I'm thanking him on this video as well. The other day, we talked about preparation and the value that is in preparation, and how preparation is something. Preparation is something that gets overlooked. It's definitely undervalued. But preparation, it often comes before explanation, and we don't have. It comes before explanation, and we often don't have. We don't have a clear picture as to what's happening. And we talked about the other day that preparation is either going to be active or passive. Active meaning I'm actively preparing myself. Right now, I'm actively prepared myself for a time that this is leading to, and for a place and position that this is leading to. But our purpose is so valuable and so strong, and what we are here for, because we all showed up with something and for something, and it's so strong and so powerful that even if I'm not spending my time preparing myself, then events and circumstances will prepare me. And so if you didn't see that video, then go ahead and watch that video, because I believe that it is a very powerful video. But today, preparation is part of the formula that we talked about that leads to success. Because we said in the video also that success isn't something that is a goal or something we aim for, but success is a byproduct. When you have the right formula, it's a byproduct. It's something that happens, and it can't be avoided when you have the right formula. And so today, I want to talk about another ingredient that's within that formula, and that ingredient is authenticity. Authenticity is so important. It's so valuable, and it's so necessary, because there are people who are literally looking for who you are, as we said in the beginning of this video. They are literally looking for who you are. They're looking for you. They're not looking for the leaders that are already. They're looking for you. But what happens is we get so lost in our lack of confidence on the journey that we think that we're not good enough, and so we try our hardest to be like someone else. We find ourselves using someone else's lingo, using someone else's language, using someone else's verbiage, and using someone else's jargon, to the point where we don't even sound like ourselves to our friends and family. And they're like, man, who are you? And we have the same jokes and the same movements and all that stuff, the same. We use our words the same way. And I want to just tell you like this: stop it. Stop it. Look, there's a difference between following a leader and trying to be that leader, right? And I can give you all of the words that I use to build my team, that I use to convert people in left and right. But until you understand that it's you that your people are looking for, then those words will just be like an empty script. And you're trying to get into my character, but you can't be a better me than I can, right? But here's where that comes in, here's where that comes in handy, because no one can be a better you than you. And so you just have to realize that, you just have to realize that, hey, I'm good enough just like I am. And so be thankful for the position where you are, but don't sell yourself short just because you haven't made the millions of dollars or thousands upon thousands of dollars a month. Don't sell yourself short because you haven't done 5 figures in a month. Just keep on plugging in, keep being persistent, keep preparing yourself, and be yourself. Authenticity matters. Authenticity is necessary. And if we do not include authenticity in the formula, then success will never be ours. Now, we might experience a certain form, but enjoyment won't be part of that, part of our success. We won't enjoy the success because we can't truly be who we are, And so that's how I can sit here on this video right now, locked out of my house with my wife beater on. Not a wife beater, but that's what they call them. But that's how I can sit out here and just be confident. I don't have to be anywhere right now because I set my own schedule, But I didn't start here. I didn't start here setting my own. I didn't start here determining. There was a time when I did answer somebody else's call, when I did have to be somewhere at some time, and I had to without a choice because someone else called my name. And if that's you, if you're doing this thing part-time, if you're very, very part-time, then don't get lost in someone else's success to where you can't remember who you are. Because if that's the case, you'll always be wishing, you'll always be wondering, and 5 years down the line, you'll be still trying to make this thing work, jumping from opportunity to opportunity. Look, stay right where you are. If you got a good leader, stay right where you are, follow him. And if not, then get with someone that you resonate with. If you're looking for a leader, hey, I'll gladly be that one for you. If you resonate with the things that I talk about, with the things that we present here on our team, then definitely do that. But don't lose sight of who you are. And that's one thing that I will never, ever do. No, me nor any other leader on my team will ever demand of you to be different, to be someone different than who you are. Now, what we will require, because this is another form that we'll talk about later on, is we'll require that you have your mind changed, that you have your mind washed, that you have your thinking changed, because it's new thinking, like we said a few weeks ago. It's new thinking that's going to result in new sustained results, right? Because there's a difference between actually accumulating something and grabbing a hold of something and keeping it. See, because if our mind doesn't change, then the same old mind that we've always had is going to use the new stuff the same way, and we're always going to end up on the same token, on the same place, on the same playing field, wondering, well, how come I can't get a break? Well, you can get a break, and it's as simple as changing your mind. So be authentic. Authenticity. If you don't know who you are, get to know yourself. Spend at least 30 minutes every single day finding out what it is that you enjoy, what it is that you like. Write it down. Take pictures of things. You see something that really gets your interest, take a picture of it, put it on your dream board, put it on your vision board, and put it within your major definite purpose. Definitely do that, and grow yourself in the process of the journey. We'll talk later on about how to make sure that you don't lose sight of yourself while you're on the journey. We'll talk about that a little bit later. For now, I'm Joe Bradley from Houston, Texas, locked out of my house, but still enjoying every single moment of it. And I thank you for stopping by my page. If you're looking for a leader, if you're looking for someone to lock arms with, if you're looking for someone who isn't going to be ashamed of you, but is going to help you to develop into the best version of you that there is, then go ahead, click on the link below, get started. Getting locked in with us, step by step, we'll show you exactly where to go. We'll show you exactly what to do. But remember this, results are not guaranteed, results are earned. If you're willing to lock arms with us, you're willing to go through the daily assignments that we have, then I'm willing to work with you. My team members, my mentors are willing to work with you. And we've got some of the best mentors and teachers in all of the home business environment, both online and offline, ready to teach you exactly what you need to know to get exactly where you're trying to go. All right, so I'm Joe Bradley, Houston, Texas. See you next time.